Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great start to your day. So just about a year ago, I shared one of my first videos, kind of letting you guys know about this hair regrowth journey that I was going to be embarking on. It was actually about exactly a year and a half ago that I really started noticing some significant hair loss, way more hair loss than just the usual amount of strands that most of us lose on a daily basis. My hair was coming out, I wouldn't say in chunks per se. I was not losing hair in specific areas of my head. It was a very diffuse loss, if you will. So meaning I had hair loss all over my head. It wasn't just at my temples. It wasn't just at the crown up here. It was really kind of all over. And as someone who was born with fine, thin hair to begin with, that loss was getting to be really devastating for me. And I think I was kind of in denial about that for the first few months when it first started happening. But I just thought maybe I was having a rough time. Maybe I was just stressed out. You know, I have had periods of time in the past where things have been really stressful and, my hair definitely would shed a little bit more during those times. But this was even beyond that. And so I just kind of felt like I needed to go see what was actually going on. And so I went and had a blood test done and I found out some things. So anyway, in today's video, I kind of want to update you guys on this year-long journey, let you know where I'm at, what I have used that I think has been really crazy effective over the course of the past year. Things that I think could be really helpful in terms of considering if you are also dealing with this. So yeah, that's what we're discussing today. So back to when the loss first started happening. So at the beginning of my journey, like I said, I made the decision to go see my doctor because this was unusual for me. And it really was, it was a lot of hair. And I figured there had to be something wrong. So she did some blood work and it turned out I was really severely low in terms of my ferritin levels. So my iron levels were basically, they were in the tank. My iron levels were 6 at the time that I had the blood work done. And for a woman of my age, the ferritin levels are supposed to be somewhere around 30. So I was obviously severely deficient. I started taking an iron supplement immediately. I decided to start with the iron supplement that my physician prescribed for me, but after only a couple days of being on it, I found out pretty quickly that that was not the iron supplement for me. It was really hard on my stomach. And so I contacted her and she goes, okay, I kind of figured that might happen. So you can purchase a gentle iron. Here's a couple suggestions. So I just checked out her suggestions and I opted for the Thorn iron supplement. So I will be linking anything that I am mentioning in this video that is readily available in the description box down below. But the one thing that I want to stress before you start, maybe buying all these things to deal with your own hair loss is you really have to figure out why you're losing your hair in the first place, because you can go ahead and try to, fix the problem. But if the underlying issue is still there, then you can put all of the minoxidil on your head that you want. You can take all of the biotin pills that you want. But if the underlying issue is not addressed, your hair is not going to regrow properly anyway. So I just think it's worth taking the time to go talk to your physician and seeing what the problem is. Another issue that also kind of compounded everything for me is that I am in perimenopause and my hormones are fluctuating wildly. I am not yet on HRT. I'm on a little bit of a journey to get on HRT. I don't have an update for you guys on that journey quite yet. I still am with the same physician that I have been with as of right now, but I am still going to be finding another doctor that can help me with the HRT stuff a little bit more. All of that kind of had to take a little bit of a backseat because I found out a few months ago that my mom was really sick, so I just have stopped with the HRT stuff for right now. I will revisit that once I get my mom well, but yeah, so my hormones they're all over the place, and that is absolutely a contributing factor to not only potentially dealing with hair loss, it is affecting my weight. It's affecting my weight a lot right now. It affects my mood. There's a lot that my fluctuating hormones are just really messing up in my life here right now, but you know what? It's fine. We're working our way through it. It'll be fine. But honestly, the biggest, I think, outward concern for me was the hair loss, because that's just a very evident thing, right? So here is what I opted to do over the course of the past year to not only help with my overall scalp health, but also in terms of specific medicated products that I was using to help, that are clinically actually shown to help regrow hair. So the first thing is that I always take a biotin supplement. I have for several years. You guys know what my favorite is. It is the City Beauty Complete Skin Restore. That particular supplement is not only good for my hair, but it also helps my skin and it helps my nails as well. It is the one supplement that I can very easily take. It never irritates my stomach. But if you have a biotin supplement that, you know, is easy enough for you to take, maybe continue taking that. I will link the one that I love in the description box. But I think that's one of the main things. I do think that biotin can actually, you know, help in terms of promoting hair growth. So that is something that I've just done consistently no matter what, and I have continued to do it throughout this journey, and I do think it has definitely helped with the regrowth. The second thing that I did was continue to just treat my scalp very gently. This is something that I've been doing for years now, but when I am, you know, washing my hair, I am not creating a bunch of knots over my head. I'm very careful when I am shampooing my scalp, and I am detangling my hair very carefully when I have conditioner in it, so that I am no longer, you know, like ripping my hair or, you know, like stretching it in any kind of way. I'm just being very, very gentle with it, which is something that probably 10, 15 years ago, I could have cared less about. I would just, you know, run a brush through my hair without a care in the world. But I'm just being a lot more mindful about how aggressive I am when it comes to washing, when it comes to combing, when it comes to brushing my hair. Also being very careful with heat styling tools. I very rarely use, I don't use curling irons. Every once in a while I will use a waver in my hair. And I do use my Dyson hair dryer to dry my hair every single day, but I don't even use the highest heat setting. So I think for me, just being very gentle with my hair and my scalp has been super important. I have also incorporated a lot of products into my routine, and I was using a number of these anyway prior to this, but a lot of different scalp health products. I brought 3 in here that I have used. The one that I think I've used the most consistently over the last year, in fact for the last couple years really, is the Virtue Flourish Density Booster. This is supposed to help stimulate your scalp. It's supposed to help strengthen your hair, and it also helps to thicken your hair as well. So this acts as not only a treatment but a styling product. So I use this mostly just around the crown. Fabulous product, love it. I usually always buy this when it's on some kind of sale. I think if it hasn't happened already, I think this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be 50% off. I typically buy it when it's 50% off, but Sephora is doing this hair event right now, and I did see that the Virtue Flourish line was a part of that event. So I'll put the information for that down below. Hopefully that hasn't passed yet, so we'll see. Another product that I was using most recently, and as you can see, I am actually almost done. This is the Beauty Pie Renewed Density Anti-Hair Loss Treatment. So this has niacinamide, yerba santa extract, a 3% redensa complex. But basically this is just meant to help your scalp health and then also help with regrowing your hair. And then another one from Sterling here. This is the Root Rouser. This is a scalp massage serum. This is something that I specifically will use at night. So I will just kind of, you know, drop some around my scalp here and give myself a scalp massage. That's another thing that I think has been really beneficial, is using scalp massage. That is something that really helps to stimulate those follicles, and I think it can help with the regrowth process. Red light therapy. So I have not really done red light therapy in the last couple of months. I really haven't done much of it for like my face and my body either. I've been a little bit lazy, but I am going to be getting back into the red light therapy now that the summer is over. So I'll be starting that again, probably not this week, but next week. I do think that red light therapy definitely played a role. I would basically just stand in front of my red light devices that I have and just, you know, focus the lights. I use the panels for the most part. So I would just kind of, you know, stand with the side of my head facing the panel, and then just like a rotisserie chicken, I would like rotate around. So I think that that also kind of helped with the overall, you know, blood flow to the scalp. I think it helps with relaxing, which again, you know, stress certainly does not help hair loss. So I love my red light therapy, and I don't just use it on my face. I do use it on my scalp. I use it on my body as well. Cannot recommend it enough. I will link my favorite panel from Mito in the comments down below. And then I think honestly for me, probably the biggest game changer that really actually helped to regrow the hair is that I have been using the Kirkland minoxidil, the foam specifically, every single day for the last year. Now, I opted for the Kirkland because one, I have a Costco membership, and two, this is really the best deal that I have found on minoxidil, and it's something that you have to use very consistently. And don't bother with the 2.5%. In fact, Costco finally created a 5% for women as well. So they still have the blue one for the men. But the Kirkland minoxidil for women is basically the same formulation as the men's. It's 5%. It just comes in a pretty purple can, I guess. I don't know. It's the same thing, but this will also go on sale every few months, where you can get a box of 6 cans for $39.99. The regular price is $49.99, and for 6 cans, that's a screaming deal. I think that's one of the best deals for minoxidil out there. And clinically, minoxidil has been proven to regrow hair. So the way that minoxidil works, from what I understand, is that it can turn a lot of your vellus hair into terminal hairs. So terminal hairs are the ones, you know, that like you see here. It's basically most of the hair on your head. The vellus hair is sometimes the really fine hair that doesn't always, you know, grow out fully, essentially. So basically what this does is it kind of helps to convert that vellus hair into terminal hair. So that is going to help you regrow your hair, and it is going to help thicken things up again. And I have been using this all over my scalp, like I said, every single day. I do wash my hair on a daily basis, so this is very easy for me to do. Once I am done applying my makeup, usually I let my hair air dry until it's probably mostly dry. I would say my hair is usually 75% dry by the time that I go to actually blow dry it, so I don't have to use the hair dryer for very long. But the first thing that I do is I part my hair and I do tiny little dollops. I basically just use the the little nozzle here to direct the little dollops right where I need them. I will do, you know, kind of a grid on the top of my head and then massage in. Once again, the scalp massage is super important. Always make sure you wash your hands really well afterwards, and only apply this in areas where you obviously want your hair to grow. So the thing that I really like about the foam, you guys, is that I found this to be a lot less irritating than the liquid. For some reason, using the liquid on a daily basis, even just, you know, the tiny drops that you put around your head, for whatever reason, it just would irritate my scalp after a few days. The formulation for the foam is completely different. It almost feels soothing to my scalp. There's no redness, no irritation. It does not weigh my hair down. It doesn't act as a styling product either, so I still go in with the remainder of, you know, like my volumizing mousses and my volumizing sprays. But yeah, it works. So minoxidil, I think, is probably my #1 suggestion. And if you are not planning on getting pregnant, if you are, you know, if you're not breastfeeding, most women can easily use the 5%. Obviously, you should talk to your doctor, because here's the thing that I want to stress one more time. You have to figure out what the underlying cause is. You can go in with all the minoxidil that you want, but if you, like me, have severely low ferritin levels, yes, you might get some regrowth here, but as soon as you stop, if you don't have those iron issues, you know, taken care of, then your hair is just going to start falling out again. So just fix the underlying issue first, and then you can start this journey of regrowing your hair, because these products do work, but you gotta figure out what's going on first. So for me, I have noticed a ton of regrowth. Listen, I am really pleased with where I am at. I can show you just the regrowth because it's very, very obvious where the new stuff is coming in. First of all, the new hair is a lot lighter than the rest of my hair, so it's definitely coming in white. So you can see I really especially focus the minoxidil over here, because I noticed that there was a little bit more loss on this side of my head for some reason. But do you see all of this hair, especially around my hairline here? To see how short this all is? This is all of that new growth. So I was thinning so badly around like my temples here that it basically looked like my hairline was receding. It was kind of brutal, you guys, but look at all this new growth. This is all new. None of this was here up until I started, you know, doing all this stuff. And I do want to say, I think most of the credit here is going to the minoxidil. These all play a supporting role, but it's the minoxidil that I think was, you know, the real game changer here. You can also tell on this side, I did not shed quite as much over here. So, but there is definitely some new growth here as well. This is definitely a little bit thicker over here, but you can see there's a little bit more gray over here because I didn't have quite as much loss. So I think it's interesting that the new growth really is coming in significantly lighter, but yeah, this is all new, you guys. The underneath, the top of my scalp here, like throughout the course of the last year, you could really see like the new growth springing up, because when it was first starting to grow out, it would stick straight out. Like, this is the frustrating part about this journey, right? Is when that new growth starts going, you're gonna have, you know, pink, like just hairs sticking out everywhere. Deal with it. I promise you it's worth it. Just give those hairs long enough to where they're long enough to lay down naturally. It'll happen. But yeah, you guys, I'm so pleased with where I'm at now. I have trimmed my hair twice in the past year. Each time I've had 2 inches taken off. And I feel like after my next 2-inch haircut, I should have most of this new growth, you know, like be able to meet what's down here at my ends, which admittedly are still a little bit thinner than they were when my hair was in its healthiest stage, but I think it's definitely coming back, and I'm really pleased with the regrowth, you guys. This has been quite a journey. Now, the thing with minoxidil is that I'm probably going to have to continue to use this for a little while longer. I'm totally okay with that. I will now, however, go from using it every day to every other day. So I will kind of be extending the life of my, box of 6 that I get every 6 months, which will be nice. But yeah, it really does reactivate your follicles and it will cause your hair to grow. And remember, wash your hands. They really stress that on the box. So yeah, I'm really pleased with where my hair is at. I'm gonna continue using all of these products. I will update you guys maybe in another 6 months, but I feel pretty confident where I'm at. I think once I get on HRT, that's really gonna level things out for me. But learning that I was severely deficient in terms of my ferritin levels was a real eye-opener for me, because I had no idea. And that can absolutely cause you to lose your hair, but there's a whole host of other, diseases, conditions, problems that humans can develop that can also cause them to lose their hair. So you got to figure out what your issue is first, and then you can go in and you can start treating with these products. I will link everything that I mentioned in the description box down below. Feel free to leave your questions in the comments. If you yourself have been on a hair regrowth journey at any point in your life, let us know what worked the best for you. I would love to see how other people have tackled this as well. So leave your list of approved regrowth products in the comments as well. And I really appreciate you guys being here. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.